Hello everyone, welcome to third lecture of Turbo Machine. In this session I am going to explain about topic impact of jet. Analysis and design of turbo machines is essentially based on the knowledge of forces exerted on or by the moving fluids. Liquid comes out in the form of jet from the outlet of a nozzle with high velocity, which is fitted to a pipe through which the liquid is flowing under pressure. If some plates, which may be fixed or moving, is placed in the path of the jet, a force is exerted by the jet on the plate. This force is obtained from Newton's second law of motion or from impulse momentum equation. To understand force exerted by jet on a plate in a better way, consider various conditions of plate. In this session, I am going to focusing on force exerted by jet on a stationary or a fixed plates. Here, I am going to consider the three cases of fixed plates. First case is plate is vertical to the jet. Second case is plate is inclined to the jet. Third case is plate is a curve. Let us start with the first case, force exerted by jet on a stationary vertical flat plate. Consider a jet of water coming out of the nozzle strikes a flat vertical plate as shown in a figure. The plate is stationary and does not deflate even after the jet strikes on it. The plate deflates the jet by 90 degrees and then jet leaves the plate tangentially. Hence, the component of the velocity of jet v in a direction of the jet after striking will be 0. Let us see here. V is the velocity of a jet, d is the diameter of a jet, a is the area of a jet, and mass flow rate m dot is equal to rho into a into v. From impulse momentum principle, we know that the force acting in a x direction is equal to mass flow rate into velocity of jet before striking minus final velocity of jet after striking. If you put the velocity of jet before striking and final velocity of jet after striking, we get Fx is equal to m dot in bracket v1x minus v2x. So v1x is the, if you look at the figure, you get the v1x is equal to v and v2x is the 0. By substituting above values in equation first, we get f of x is equal to rho av in bracket v minus 0. After simplifying this, we get fx is equal to rho a v square. Now to calculate work done, fx into u is the velocity of the plate. Since the plate is stationary, u is equal to 0, so the work done is 0. Now consider the second case, force exerted by jet on a stationary inclined flat plate. Let us see the figure. V is equal to velocity of jet in a direction of x. Theta is the angle between the jet and a plate. Mass of a water striking the plate per second, that is mass flow rate, is equal to rho av. The plate is very smooth and there is no loss of energy due to impact of jet. Then jet will move over the flat plate after striking with a velocity equals to the initial velocity, that is v. Now from the impulse momentum principle, if you look at here, we get the force exerted by jet on a plate in a normal direction to the plate. If you look at here, Fn is the force acting in normal direction, Fy is the force acting in a y direction, and Fx is the force acting in a x direction. If you resolve these forces and velocities, we get the velocity of jet before striking and final velocity of jet after striking. So Fn is equal to m dot v sin theta is the velocity of jet before striking, and final velocity is 0. If you simplify this, we get the Fn is equal to rho av square sin theta. Now to find out the component of Fn in direction of flow, that is in x direction, Fn You can resolve this Fn force into the x direction. Fn cos 90 minus theta. Substitute the value of Fn from equation number first. We get Fx is equal to rho a v square sin square theta. Now consider the component of Fn perpendicular to the flow, that is force in a y direction. So Fy is equal to Fn sin 90 minus theta is equal to Fn cos theta. If you substitute the value of Fn, we get Fy is equal to rho a v square sin theta cos theta. Now consider the third case. In case of curved plates, we are having again three cases. So first case is a force exerted by jet on a stationary curved plate, and in that case jet is striking at the center of the curved plate, and the jet is symmetric about the x-axis. The jet after striking the plate comes out with the same velocity in the tangential direction of the curved plate if the plate is smooth and there is no loss of energy due to impact of jet. Look at the figure. Now the velocity at the outlet of the plate can be resolved into two components. First component is in the direction of jet and second component is perpendicular to the direction of the jet. The component of velocity in the direction of jet is equal to minus v cos theta. Negative sign is taken as the velocity at the outlet is in the opposite direction of the jet of water coming out of the nozzle. The component of velocity perpendicular to the direction of jet is equal to v sin theta. The force exerted by jet on the plate in direction of x and y are, by impulse momentum principle, Fx is equal to rho a v in bracket initial velocity minus final velocity. As we discussed earlier, initial velocity in a x direction is a v, and final velocity, that is the velocity of fluid leaving to the plate, is equal to minus v cos theta. If you simplify this, we get Fx is equal to rho a v square in bracket 1 plus cos theta. Now find out the force exerted by jet in a y direction. Fy is equal to rho a v, again initial velocity minus final velocity, rho a v in bracket initial velocity in y direction is 0 and final velocity is v sin theta. If you simplify this, we get minus rho a v square sin theta. Negative sign indicates that force acting in a downward direction. Now calculate resultant force. F is equal to square root of Fx square plus Fy square is equal to, substitute the value of Fx and Fy here, you get the resultant force, and the angle of resultant force phi is equal to tan f of y upon f of x. By this you get the resultant force angle. Now the work done by the jet per second is equal to Fx into u. Again in this case velocity of plate is 0, so the work done by jet per second is 0. Now consider the next case. The jet strikes the curved plate at one end tangentially when the plate is symmetrical. The jet strikes the curved fixed plate at one end tangentially as shown in figure. Let the curved plate is symmetrical about x-axis, then the angle made by the tangents at the two ends of the plate will be the same. Let us consider v is equal to velocity of jet of water. Theta is the angle made by the jet with x-axis at the inlet tip of the curved plate. If the plate is smooth and loss of energy due to impact of jet is 0, then the velocity of water at the outlet tip of the curved plate will be equal to the 0. The force exerted by jet of water on the plate in a direction of x and y are f of x is equal to mass flow rate into change in a velocity in a x direction, that is f of x is equal to m dot in bracket v cos theta minus in bracket minus v cos theta. If you simplify this, we get f of x is equal to rho a v in bracket v cos theta plus v cos theta. Now we get f of x is equal to twice rho a v square cos theta. Now Fy is equal to rho a v, initial velocity is the v sin theta and final velocity is v sine theta. So here we get the force acting in y direction is 0 is resultant force, so we get F is equal to f of x. If you try to find out the angle of resultant force, phi is equal to 0. The work done by the jet per second is 0 because plate is fixed. Now consider the next case for the curved plate. Force exerted by jet on a stationary curved plate, that is, jet strikes at one end tangentially when the plate is unsymmetrical. In previous case, the plate is symmetrical. In this case, plate is unsymmetrical. So the angle made by the tangent at the tip of with axis is a theta, and angle made by at the outlet tip with the x-axis is the phi. Now we get two components of velocity at the inlet. v1x is equal to v cos theta and v1y is equal to v sin theta. And at the outlet we get v2x is equal to minus v cos phi and v2y is equal to v sin phi. Now to calculate the force exerted in h direction by impulse momentum principle, we get rho a v in bracket v cos theta minus in bracket minus v cos phi. After simplifying this, we get force exerted in x direction is equal to rho a v square in bracket cos theta plus cos phi. Now similarly, you can find out the force exerted in y direction, which is equal to rho a v square sin theta and minus sin phi. These are the different cases of plates in a fixed condition. In next session, I am going to explain about the plates are in a moving condition. Thanks for listening carefully.